What is up, folks? I am not going to lie to you. I have been hibernating like a grizzly bear the past month and a half. Hello, how you doing there? I'm really hoping that a couple things, folks, that I can play with this volume. My headset here, it doesn't seem to be very loud when I'm talking, and I don't want to yell at you. But anyway, this is a game called Farming Simulator 2025. And I've had a little bit of fun with it. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it can be quite boring. It's slow moving. There's not a ton of stuff that you can really do except for kind of farm and things like cut down trees. So it's a long, drawn out process. And what I am going to do is probably break this down into a couple episodes, and this will be episode 1, New Beginning. So I've been watching this guy online, and I hadn't really got a clear answer on how he did it. But basically, what he did was sold all of his equipment. So I think that's how he did it. He basically takes all this equipment that you start with, and he sells it all, and buys himself a pickup truck and a chainsaw, and basically comes out here, if I can get there, comes out here into the woods. So this is pretty much all forest. There are a couple um, plots that are kind of already ready to get stuff growing in. Other than that, it's mostly forest. So these are all your little selling locations and buying locations, and you have to buy fertilizer, you have to do all this stuff. I am not positive how he went about basically starting the game with zero money. I think that if he would answer me back, I might have a better idea if there's like an actual map that you only start with a truck and a chainsaw. I could not figure that out. So, what I decided to do, I have a balance of $100,000 right now. And so, what I decided I'm going to do is I am going to start building up this corner over here by basically buying as many plots as I can after after I go in here and buy me a nice looking pickup truck here. I think the old International will do for $25,000. Let's see, it's got a design. You can get the toolbox on there. I don't want that because what I am going to do is I am going to use this truck. I'm going to put a trailer hitch on it so I can carry a trailer. So now we're up to $25,500. I'm going to change, oh, if I can remember what I'm doing here. My pops had a black truck, black Chevy, looked a lot like this. So I'm going to put I'm going to put some white rims on there. Black International, 25,500, and I am going to buy that. Yep. Okay, so now I'm down to $74,000. Now I have to buy a chainsaw, and those are normally $1,000. And anybody who knows me. I'm a steel guy or a Husqvarna guy, so I could go either way with one of those. Let's go with the Husqvarna for 1,000. That's about what it costs these days too. Okay, so basically now I have $73,000. The problem is I am going to end up making a whole bunch of money off of selling this stuff. So here's what my game plan is. I am going to sell all of this equipment except my beautiful truck that I just bought. So that is gone. Yep. let's see, that is the trailer. That is a trailer. I'm going to sell that. Yep, sell that. I think that's a cedar. That's a cedar. One of them was. Sell that. There's my truck. Don't want to sell that. Sell the tractor. That. Yep. Yep. Okay. So basically, oh, I gotta sell that. That that brought me up to almost $400,000 selling all that. So here is what I decided to do. And again, this guy that I watched. It's definitely a much more challenging map. But he started out here somewhere in the middle of the woods. So what I am going to do to spend my money so that I don't have any money, which this might kind of be cheating, but again, I can't figure out how to come into the game with zero money. So what I am going to do is I am going to buy up all this farmland out here. Uh, maybe, maybe I'm going to buy up all this farmland out here. I'm going to start on this corner back here. So that is $41,000, $41,600. And I'm probably going to end up putting this video on the Rated R Ranch, but anybody that watches the Rated R Ranch knows I kind of like to be out here in the woods. It has been just so cold the last couple of months, really the last month for South Mississippi. I know up north it's probably way worse. All right, so I bought those three. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. Yep. All right, so I'm down to $149,000. Here was the other thing about the video that guy I was watching. He had a tent instead of a house. I can't find the tent. I don't know exactly where that's at. So what I'm going to do, maybe, okay, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look here at these. Sorry, my dogs are probably barking at me, wondering who I'm in here talking to. So you can buy these little constructible log cabins. Now, it says you have to basically deliver the required materials to the construction site. Now, I can probably do that at a later time. Right now, I cannot. So, they have kind of tools, they have kind of a farmhouse. I have to have a place that I can actually go to sleep at night. So they have this trailer for 55,000, which I think is what I want to buy. However, what I'm going to have to do is get up there. I'm going to basically come up here by my farm. So I need 55 for the, let me do that first while I'm thinking about it. All right, that's going to be fine if I buy that. Buy that. And I'm down to 65,000. I think one of these, yeah, that's 9,000. That would put me real close. I think I can still do this. I think what we'll do is at some point in time, I have to go to sleep. I'm going to wait. We're going to go up here and we'll see how much I get cleared out up here. But I think I'm going to come up to this little area right in here and I'm going to start opening up some forest. So I'm going to tag that so I know how to get to it. There's my good looking truck there. I got my chainsaw. So when I cut down trees, I can load them up in the back of my truck. So we're going to basically cruise on down the road and get up to our camp. And a lot of this stuff, folks, I'll probably be fast forwarding because it does get very repetitive. But my goal is to basically start me a big farm and cattle ranch up here in the corner of this map where I just bought all that property. but pretty much 95% of it is nothing but thick woods that I'm going to have to cut down and buy equipment as I go. One of the reasons I picked to come over here in this corner was this is the sawmill. The interesting thing about the sawmill is I can either A, build one at some point in time, or I can actually, I think, I can buy this one. And then basically I can come down there and get whatever I need. I think something to that degree. I can definitely bring the trees there and make money. So the other reason is there's this water right here that runs throughout the whole map. This little river right here. So that gives me constant. That gives me a infinite supply of water without me having to go buy big containers of water. I came and checked this out earlier, so I found a little shortcut without having to cut through the woods. But I will eventually, if it'll let me, turn this into like a little gravel road going back out that way. So let's see. I think if I keep going, I come up to the field. There we go. This is my little slice of heaven out here. We'll call it the Rated R Ranch. But what I'd like to do is I would like to start clearing out enough land, or excuse me, enough of these trees that I can build that trailer that I want to buy. And if I could do that by the end of the day, I got to do something real quick here, folks, that I forgot to do. I got to turn this off because if it saves it, you can't really go back and reload it. So if you make a mistake, you're in big trouble. So I'm going to slow down the time so I have a little bit more time. Right here at the beginning, I like to make each day or each month 2 days because you only have X amount of time to grow stuff and to get it ready. I'll keep the snow on. I'm going to take crop destruction off. Normally I would keep it on, but like being out here in the woods, it's probably going to be real tight. So I don't want to accidentally run over a bunch of my crops and lose them. So it'll be a while before I actually get that set up. But what I'd like to do is get this little area cleaned up so I can put in that trailer, and hopefully by the end of the day, I'll have enough of this cleared out that I can set that trailer in here a little bit off of my plot here because I definitely don't want to be smashing into that driving in and out of here. So I'm going to start working my way back into the woods. Now, as time goes on and I make money, and even though I'm setting it, I'll tell you what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to set that trailer up here. I think I can do it without running over there. Okay, let's see here. If I can set that trailer, then basically we'll kind of be about where I want to be, and that's broke. Broke with a chainsaw and a truck. What am I doing here? I need to go to construction. There we go. All right, so let's see. Oh, it won't let me set it there. Okay, let's see. I'll tell you what. I think I can move this later. Ah, it's restricted. Oh, right there. It's really going to be a long time before I get to my farm. But really, right now, I just need a place that I can go at the end of the day because eventually it either makes you go to sleep or you got to go to sleep until the next day. So here is what I am working with, folks. That's kind of cool. That's the edge of the map. You can see some more farms and stuff over there. That's pretty cool. So my plan is get as much of this cleared out as I can by mostly making money off of cutting down trees. And my hope is to eventually have a big cattle farm, a couple little fields out here, I think you can actually grow like certain types of trees, like apricot trees and apple trees, to where you can actually sell those down at the farmer's market and stuff. And again, there's probably a lot of this that I'm going to fast forward just because it does get very repetitive. But this is what's been keeping me busy while I am not able to get down and do some work at the ranch. I'm really hoping to get out and do some more work this weekend, but it has been cold and it has been nasty, and I do not. I believe cold weather is my kryptonite. I'm going to say it like that. We are about, trying to look here, we're about 17 minutes into this video here. So let's try to get a load of wood in here. And now again, I'm down to $10,637. So at some point in time, I can actually buy something that'll cut down all this brush and get all that cleaned up too. So it'll start opening up nicely. And here we go. I have to cut these logs in small enough pieces that I can carry them myself over to the truck. The closer to the ground you can get, the less of a stump. Just like at the Rated R Ranch, I got to deal with them stumps. I'll have to come back at some point in time. Actually, I saw this guy do this. I think this might work. Maybe. Maybe I'm lying. I don't remember how he did it. I thought he used his chainsaw somehow. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, anyway, so now that I cut this tree down, I should be able to run past it like this, and it'll buck all them branches off. It is a little finicky. There'll be some down at the bottom that I cannot get. Alright, so for the most part, we got that. Oh, there it goes. And I can see there's a couple on the bottom here. This is a big old tree here. So I have to, I think what I'll do is. So I literally spent about 5 minutes here walking back and forth, going up, going down, trying to figure out how to start cutting this tree. And then I realized a little bit later that it's the type of tree that it is. I have to cut it down so far that, anyway, it took a minute. That's going to be a big log. Oh, it actually just got rid of that. That's interesting. It is kind of a little scrawny piece. I seriously think I'm going to have to cut this pretty small. Whoa. Okay, where's my logs going? They're disappearing. That is not the plan. Oh. I'm gonna see if they're showing up in the back of my truck. They're not. Well, why are my logs doing that? Huh. Okay, that's not supposed to happen, folks. All right, let's see. I'll try to cut it down here. Okay. Okay. That one didn't just disappear. It's 177 kilograms. I don't know what that is. Whoa. Okay, let me pick it up, so that's good. All right, I was getting a little nervous there for a second because normally You can use just about every piece of the tree. I wonder if I can pop my get on in there. Okay. Yeah, and then I can put straps on it. I wonder if I can pop this open. Doesn't look like it. All right, well, I'm not going to be able to get very many in there. I'm hoping no more of them disappear because that is absolutely not the plan. The plan is to take this and make as much money off of it as I can. Speaking of that, I'll tell you what I'm going to do just to kind of keep it the way I'm kind of wanting it to stay is that, oop, there we go. There's a land down here for like $9,997. Yep. So I'm down to $663 left. Um, I don't need two chainsaws. I don't even know where I'd put it. I don't know what to buy that could kind of keep it even. So we are starting out with $663, and yes, an awful lot of land, but I again was not sure how to do it with the way the guy had done it, where he basically just had a truck and a chainsaw and zero money. So I kind of had to improvise a little bit. All right, that's a 81. So I think I have to keep them around, I think under 200 kilograms. That's 96. That's 81. Maybe I'm strong. These look like pretty big sticks though. 91. That one's 589. That's still pretty long too. Let's see, where did I cut that last one? There. All right, we're gonna go a little bit longer and see if we can work on that a little bit. Okay, 85. That's okay. That one there's 102, so I still should be fine on that. That's 400 kilograms. I'm gonna try to basically cut it in half here. 109. Oh, 293. I think that one's too big. We'll just cut it in half. All right, so I think I'm put this away. I'm pretty sure that's gonna fill up my truck. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do episode one. We're gonna go down. We're gonna get our first truck unloaded down at the sawmill. Basically starting with $663, a whole bunch of land, and a truck and a chainsaw. That's really about it. So go get this first one done, and eventually I'll work my way up and buy some equipment. I tell you what I should do, folks, which would make a whole lot of sense. Pull up a little bit closer to the wood here. That makes a little bit of sense, doesn't it? All right, come on, fella. Dragging it 4.5 miles down the road here. Oh, I'm off there. About to trip over that. Okay. Yep. Oh, you see what I mean? That thing is a pain too. Let's see if I can pop her off of there. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. Now that won't. Oh, smashing into the truck there, bud. Easy. Let's see. Will you go in there? He's gone along. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Stay in there. I'd like to get this whole tree because otherwise it's gonna be another branch. I'll leave that one there. Okay. All right. Slide on in there, buddy. There you go. It is a little awkward getting that picked up and turned around. Okay. Well, put that there, fella. All right. That one got a branch. No. Let's see. I got one more over there. Sorry, folks. I'm not exactly sure the best way to do this. Okay. Oh, don't roll out of there. All right, I got one more stick. I gotta pop that branch off of there somewhere. I think that's it right there. No, I don't know if I got it or not. It's underneath there, which makes it okay. I got it. Makes it a pain. All right, let's see if what the old truck's got here. Okay, I gotta strap that in. How do I do that? L straps that in. Strap that in. Oh, I can get one more on there. All right. Oh, look at that. That little sucker rocking now. All right, and this is what I meant by taking the crop damage off. 'Cause I'm going to probably be doing that a lot. It's going to be a while before I have a farm, but get this on down to the store here. See how much that tree racked us up. I did kind of cheat with this little shortcut here, but moving through those trees is ridiculous. I did it on the first go to see if this is what I was going to do. All right, here we go. Okay, I got to remember how to do this. I got to pull in somewhere. I think right here. And then think I think I have to go over here and sell it, something like this. Yes, sell wood. All right. Oh wow, $144. Well, that's euros. Let me change that. Dollars. Okay. Miles. Let's do that. I don't know any of that other shit. Yeah, okay, miles. I guess they'll do. So so I only have $808. Is that yeah, we were at 633. I'm not 100% positive that if they did the euros and American money, I have no idea. We have $808. I did 3 or 4 of these episodes in a row and did not realize how loud the truck radio was. So I'm going to probably fast forward some of it because it's hard to actually drown out the sound. Sorry. It's like, where did I cut that tree down at? I think right here. Somewhere. Somewhere in this ballpark. All right. Well, it is 10:02 in game time. So I think he normally gets started at like 6:30, 7:30, something like that. Maybe even 8 o'clock. So in 2 hours, we made, I guess we'll call it $808. And I am going to end this episode here. The next episode, we're going to be mostly just hauling lumber back and forth, back and forth. We're going to try to make a little bit of money and we're going to see if we can find us a trailer that we can buy. I think I had my eye on one and it was about 4,000 bucks. So once we get a truck and a trailer, we're going to be doubling the amount of our load, our trees, and getting them down to the sawmill and hopefully doubling our money too. So that's episode 1, folks. Gonna jump into episode 2 here in just a little bit. We will catch you on episode 2, working in the woods at the Rated R Ranch.